We're gonna talk about work and just the general idea. There's actually a word for it, but, in Asian culture. Death from overwork. I mean, it sounds more like the R words than death, but I guess death can also occur, funny enough. Or it sounds more like slavery. But it's like, this is the most mysterious fucking thing of all time, but is it mysterious? Like, people are so numbed down to the fact that they have to protect their own bodies. They're so brainwashed, they fall apart. Major problem. Major problem, guys. This is where things get fucking mysterious. Like, this is where you start to unlock understanding of someone's culture by understanding their weaknesses and their problems, right? Where this all the fucking bullshit starts. Like, yeah, stroke, heart attack, suicides. Let's not add that to the mix just yet, okay? Heart attack is a pretty common problem, actually. And I would say heart attack sounds like not listening to your heart type of shit, right? Like, you're being attacked. Like, you don't want to be living like this, but you still allow that sort of lifestyle. You're not trying to escape. You're not trying to, travel the world. You're not trying to change anything. So it's your fault anyways. So your heart kills you instead of killing anyone else. I think heart gets to press the button, gets to kill the human being. Because heart gets to lead you where you want. Like, usually heart is outside of your body. The real heart of what you're supposed to be doing, what you're being told what to do, your heart pushes you all over the place, right? But when the heart reunites with the body, it kills itself at the same time. Like, you ran out of, I guess, passion for life. Passion for life, like, that's devastating. So that's my interpretation of karoshi. We actually talked about it because we needed to analyze South Korea, right? And they have some similar problems, like K-pop artists, like, half drenched in slavery, bro. Like, just they're stuck in there. And obviously, not everyone's going to be successful. Everyone has to work hard to achieve anything. But there's some weird things you can do to a human being to make them work even though they don't want to work. Oh, wait. We kind of have that, don't we? Well, up to this point, people were kind of happy. Prices were not that high. Like, inflation wasn't fucking eating us alive. But right now, inflation is online. Right? Karoshi is just kind of spread across the world. That's pretty devastating. It's spread across the world. It's no longer an Asian thing because of inflation, right? Like, you have to work. Some people have to work, or some they still fall through the cracks. They can still find themselves, like, sleeping in the fucking car, basically, and it's like, yep. Still hanging on, Well done. But if something is recognized as death, that means there's more forms of this than you can think of, right? There's like a form of death where, like, you're working and you're not paying attention to the real problems that are happening around you. If you're working, if you're busy, you can't defend your neighborhood, for example. You can't respond to crisis as easily. If an evil person gets away with an evil act, they gonna repeat it. If you don't catch them and you don't fucking criticize their act, at least put a little bit of pressure, a little bit of inconvenience. If you don't do that, the evil person gonna repeat the fucking act until they do get inconvenience. But now it's going to be questionable because they got away with it. So they're probably going to try a third try and so on, right? And it's also like your drama capacity. This stuff does not pay you money. It only pays you self-esteem, even something more important than money. Right? The way you fight against trauma, the way you respond to a nearby crisis. You also like you have tiny responsibilities that can add up and destroy you physically, right? Even like another thing of like you can't rest at home. If your ability to rest is destroyed, then you're in danger. But there's another one. There's another one of when the work kills you. Of like, you work hard. Alright? You work hard. You earn your money. Right? Then your money gets stolen or destroyed. That sort of thing. Right? This is the maximum cycle of insanity, right? You work hard, but the person who's not working hard destroys everything, right? And now you're probably gonna be dragged through a legal system to try and get something back, or you just can't do none of that. That actually happened to me, right? Luckily, my work was not hard, all right? But my mom literally got infested with the demons. Like there's fucking men climbing up stairs all the way up just to knock on our door, just to squeeze a few opportunities. Basically, it's all money related. They all want the fucking same thing. We're all zombified, basically, right? So they're gonna fucking take whatever they can get. I lost about 3k euros, right? Just like I worked. And bam, slam, it's gone. Ah, shit. You know? Ah, fucking hell. It's all for nothing. You know, in the end of the day, it can be all for nothing if you're not careful enough, and that's what happened. Like, if you're not... If you lose your guard because you're working, you can lose all the money that you're working for. So all of this stuff can, like... circle back. Like if you lower your defense and so all of a sudden you get attacked, that's devastating. It's just that's removes all the progress that you've made, because work is just fundamentally for the sake of money. It doesn't have a deeper meaning most of the time, right? I have Seed of Andromeda guy in the comments, which is fascinating. Well, it actually does look like the guy partially explains that the development is over, but never really explained, like, just the whole timeline. Just be nostalgic a little bit. Look back at your work and just talk about it. Simple as that. He sort of partially explained what happened, you know, like... a more traditional choice appeared. He chose that, and it's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, is that because of money? Are we just like harvesting talent because money happens, right? And it's like, he was hired by AAA. That's an important thing, right? Would I get hired by AAA? I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. We're not compatible. I'll tell you this much. If they can fucking hire me, you know, if someone can hire me, I will always respect that they were able to harvest my talents, right? Because that's fundamentally what it is about, right? Like, you have to recognize what I am as a person and harvest my talents. Otherwise, you don't give a fuck. You're not giving a job. You just fucking hoping that I will be able to manage your stupid polygons, basically. So there's another aspect to it, which is like just adds more mud to the water, because it contains a little bit of fear, right? If you had a job, you wouldn't be so afraid. What am I not be afraid of? We're gonna discuss this, but it's that, just go find a job though. I just fucking discussed, like, not only you can get rejected when searching for a job, not only the conditions can be ridiculous, but your talents are not going to be recognized. A smart person should not be working at McDonald's, to say the fucking least, right? People who have money should be creating jobs more often than, be incentivized to fire workers to get even more money. Which gets really fucking weird, right? But economy is weird. It's unstable. And a lot of people put a lot of moral value on money. Because what the fuck is that, though? Does money make you a good person? To some people, it's the optical illusion, right? Yeah, it makes you, people work hard for money, so they must be good when they earn money. But just because I'm not incentivized to earn money doesn't mean I'm not a good person. Just because I get money from the government doesn't mean I'm not a good person, right? I get support. I don't have to worry about half of the equation, right? There's the earning money equation, and then there's the spending money. If you spend money in a stupid way, it can even involve other people. This is how cultism works. I got notified. All right? At first, they try to get your consent, but then they try to recruit you and to non-consensually attack other people. And this is exactly what happened. Let me tell you. I've already mentioned this. By the way, Google Images are going to attack me with local stuff. Baltic states, right? It's local stuff. It does look like this. And it's like, it's optics. Your big apartment got renovated. And they look good now. Here you go. That's the thing. Now, granted, you are also saving money. You are saving a little bit of money because you are not going to pay as much for the heating. So your place is going to look good, and you're going to save some money. However, you're also going to lose a lot. You're going to bleed more money. In fact, you have to repurchase your apartment probably for 10 times, if not greater, cost than you initially bought it for. That's the fucking real devil in the details, okay? Because of inflation, people are pushing crazy prices for things that are not supposed to cost as much and potentially are not as sophisticated as we imagine. By the way, the funny thing is, when we're at insulation for the sake of heating the apartment, this shit becomes flammable. Like, we're talking about Soviet era just blocks. Soviet blocks. They're not flammable until you add that little bit of spice, insulation in between, and then it's probably pretty difficult. Like, accidents already happened. I don't think they're too bad, just roast the outside wall. But what's the bad part about it is that, someone has to pay for it again. Someone has to pay for it when it happens. Yeah, it's more like a funny haha meme, like a criminal moment. It's not supposed to happen all the time. But it's that sort of danger, like even the smoke, if it gets inside, like it's terrifying when it happens. It's terrifying. It's a reminder of how fragile these new-looking things can be. Besides, when it comes to spending money, We have new technologies. Sometimes even just one appliance is capable of saving more money than this entire thing. This entire thing would pay off itself in like 200 years. That's my estimation. They say the whole thing is like 2 million. 2 million euros, bro. Wow. 2 million. Just the roof, I don't know, a couple of 100,000, maybe just 100,000. That was the price being thrown around. That's more reasonable. That's more doable. 2,000 per person, basically. And also based on the plot, right? So my apartment's pretty small, and we wouldn't have to pay as much, maybe 1,000, while other people have to pay 4,000, or rather, like, no, 1.5. Other people have to pay 3,000. That's more mathematically correct. But yeah, like you would spend money not on this, not on just looking pretty, but that's the thing. It's so well crafted. This scheme is so well crafted. You can almost call it a hybrid attack. A very sophisticated, very strategic attack on the people to extract their wealth, to extract all their powers, and leave them fucking hopeless. But it's a nice looking thing that they can sell, or they would have to be forced to sell, or like whatever, right? And now it's nice enough to give an illusion of like, well, that's this nice apartment where the nice people live, and all of a sudden you have a stack upon a stack of just the most idiotic fucking optical illusions that completely miss the point. And my apartment leader literally says, get a job. You will not be afraid of this change, right? Yeah, if I have $50,000 laying around in my bank account, I would consider. It's not laying around, unfortunately. All right, it's quite a big concern that this was even pushed, this was even proposed, that this actually makes sense to other people. That's a big concern to me. And it's unbelievable concern that the apartment leader is actually siding with this sort of ideology, right? Like propagating it. All of a sudden now I'm very concerned. Very concerned. This just isolation actually like reduces your field of view, I would imagine. Because nothing really changes here. Like maybe they tear down the balconies, sure. But while it's happening, it's the most stressful time as well. Like for 2 years, you have to endure a lot of stress. And literally, like, there's still gonna be a division in there. Like some people gonna admire the hard work, and some people won't be able to fucking rest because of the so-called hard work, right? Sometimes, like I see outside, there's like hard work going on, but people miscalculate. They miscalculate. Again, this is a lilac healing episode about work. And sometimes people miscalculate and make a lot of noise. Right? This is the usual thing where hard work does not pay off anymore. And again, there's so many fucking idiots on the internet. They're just waiting to trash you, to disagree with you, to also make a lot of noise. And when I talked about trains, when I talked about this, they lost their shit because my video went popular. Right? They lost their shit. But I'm like, all I'm saying, this works, but it makes a lot of noise. There's a compromise. And sometimes that noise is going to affect like the most, prolific people that's supposed to like change the way you live life, invent new things. You don't want to affect those people's lives, do you? Because, like, while you're getting a slight benefit from having a train for a specific reason, right? The train tracks still go next to the town. Like, for transportation, that shit is devastating. It makes no fucking sense. And in terms of safety, trains are also horrible. If might even be more horrible than actual cars. There's so many cars, so the ratio of trains to cars is not as different. But, like, if people think trains are actually safe, they're mistaken, because there's the thing called rail, and the rail has to be in top-notch condition. You can almost put some poo-poo on the rail and derail the train, and that's it. You derail one piece of train, everything goes to shit. And just anything goes wrong, and everything goes wrong. There's nothing that can be helped. With a car, it's like, no, there's something wrong with the driver. When the train goes off the tracks, there's nothing wrong with a driver. There's no driver in the first place, right? So the entire system has collapsed, and train derailments are a real thing. So if driver's not in the wrong, like, what happened, right? What happened? There's so many mysteries about trains that just leave me fucking astonished that sometimes work does not work. Sometimes work is just an illusion that is productive. But in actuality, if you calculate everything, if you calculate earning versus spending, you get fucking nothing, if not worse. You might have wasted energy on something that drains even more energy from the outside world and doesn't help anyone at all. I mean, people invest into dogs and children, and even that can be a devastating investment. Children is a gamble. It's a gamble that in modern life we don't have a chance to, endure such a gamble. Back in the day when there's nothing else to do, pre-technology, when we had the most things, but we didn't have technology, the internet, we had nothing to do in our homes, we probably wanted to have children because it's boring, right? That's usually the greatest motivator. It's boring. We want to just have children, just like it's a trendy thing. It usually becomes a trendy thing when enough people are bored of, like, let's all have children. And so the baby boomers have been assigned, right? Because, like, generations don't matter. It's what they do in the end of the day. Like, baby boomers actually have a label that explains their whole life purpose. And then you have millennials. What is our life purpose to be? What? What are you talking? What? That does not describe things anymore, right? So after boomers, you have millennials, but millennials are named after just fucking nothing. What are we supposed to do, right? Call us at least crybabies or something, man. For fuck's sake. It would at least explain some of it when we label things correctly, but now we started using letters like Gen Alpha, Gen Z. What the fuck, man? We also ran out of letters so quickly that we actually use Gen Alpha. Are you kidding me, dude? Every generation. Generation Y, of course. Generation X is next to boomers. Look at that. Lost generation. Greatest generation. Look at that. I mean, we should call Generation X the generation because they degenerated the entire fucking concept of generations, right? Fucking degenerates. We should call them just simply degenerates. I mean, they're slightly in power at the moment, so... Dude, what? Why is generation... What, 18 years? 18 years? That's your generation? The moment you can make babies, that's the size of your generation, then you have 26 years? How the fuck do you build these things? So inconsistent. What is that, 17 years? Should be on an Epstein list. Silent, yeah. They're silent because they know they're only 17 years old with this gap. Yeah, what the fuck is going on? What is that, 15? Is that 15 years? You guys are fucking morons if you believe this shit. This doesn't even look like it's well composed. A generation is 15 years gap. Yeah. Fucking fascinating. I mean, this generation is supposed to give children to this generation, like, no? Baby boomers give birth to millennials? It kind of makes sense. Maybe there's some kind of interlink shit. So I'm not sure. It looks a little fucking weird when there's like fluctuation in the amount of years dedicated to a generation, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? So it's greatest generation because it's the most amount of years, not because... Got it. Like, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it, actually. Like, fuck it, like, take 25 years, take 20 years. Take something consistent that makes sense. That's not gonna produce too many generations too fast as well. So that's fucking annoying. Especially when those generations don't even want to have real names anymore. Zoomers sound okay, millennials... kind of meaningless garbage. And then the alpha, wow, fascinating. And then everyone's posting on TikTok how old they feel they are. Jesus Christ. So again, I was faced with this propaganda. I'm still fucking tangled in the mess. I can't just sleep on it right now. It's not completed. Yes, there's all these cool designs. Your home can actually look very nice. And it fucking means nothing to me. There's no tangible value to this. It must be tangible. It must pay off for itself. When you buy a car, you don't buy a car for just luxury reasons. If that's what you do, you should be scalped. People who live in these homes and they're fucking rich, they should be scalped. They should be shamed into just funneling their free money to the cause. At least the cause of, like, well, in case something happens, you have to, give up some money. And I don't know, man. Like, if there's rich people already who are happily earning a lot of money, and they just have excess amount of money, bruh, they're the problem. They actually have ability to contribute, and they don't. While people who are jobless, they're being attacked, But if I'm being attacked, like, that's the other logical thing that I do. If I am attacked for being jobless, it makes no sense in two ways, right? One way is give me a job. All right, like, you really hate me not having a job. Wonderful. That's actually great news. Give me a job. Give me your job if you want. Right? We can't all be winners. Give me your job in particular. But don't just stand there and tell me what to do. That's when things are a little bit fucking cuckoo in the, up there. Like, you think you can just say it, like, you approach a homeless person and get a job, right? Ah, so kind of you. So nice. You think you solved the problem. All you're doing is bullying. Like, yeah, I would like a job, said the homeless. I would like a job. Who's gonna hire me? It's like, fuck off, dude. Don't you understand how this works? You're not in a winning situation when you just have the boomer brain turned on and people have to roll out of their way to find whatever the fuck is valuable out there. Especially again when all this job market is unstable, everything is fucking falling apart. COVID has wiped clean so many jobs. AI is coming to get you, basically, coming to replace you. None of this is stable. None of this is fun. And people should be not sent into panic, into a war zone, basically, should not be tossed around in this, like, non-empathetic, isolating way, right? The second thing that I said two things, I might have lost the second one. But I know additional thing is, like, a lot of work doesn't pay. Right? I already mentioned this. You will have to deal with drama. You will have to solve problems. A lot of work that you have to do doesn't pay. In fact, you're probably spending money. You're investing into something, right? Like, even talking to people, socializing, that's work. I'm doing work right now. Does it pay? YouTube decides that it will only pay me, my cryptocurrency, when I play game long enough. So right now, I'm still getting fucking nothing. Alright? Sounds like a scam if you ask me. Not the verification process. Because I already uploaded 1,000 videos. You can definitely verify that I am an active user and I want to contribute to your stupid platform. But hey, I guess it's not good enough. They have very strict rules of who can get monetized. I will be able to monetize my channel at 500, but I will not be able to claim any of the winnings until 1,000. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, a lot of work, you can tell, it does not pay. But what it should do is improve you as a human being, right? And you should be able to tackle problems that you just occur. No one's gonna get paid for it. Like, my apartment leader does not respond to my messages. Why is that? Did I not pay her to respond? Okay, like, how much do I have to pay? It's, like, it makes no fucking sense, but people don't want to even talk to each other if it's not about money, if it's not worth doing, right? They're not gonna talk to each other. If, like, just pay me money if you want to talk to me. Although, like, who's supposed to be the victim? Alright, so this is yet another reason why, like, all the relationships fall apart. It sounds like a waste of money, waste of time. Why talk when you're able to earn money? And money is the only thing that matters, the only moral fucking function. But another thing, if I'm attacked for being jobless, why? I can't help you. Yes, I have a capacity, I have free time. I can't help you by getting a job in the first place. Because what you're asking is for me to contribute to something that I don't want to contribute, right? There is context to the cause. Like, get a job because we're gonna extort money out of you. We're gonna try and make you homeless. Is that what we're talking about right now? We're gonna try and make you homeless. Okay. This is absolutely a very well-crafted hybrid attack. And nothing else. Like, everyone's in on it. You know, you're not gonna get a lot of support. So you have to fucking wiggle yourself as much as possible about it. Because it's devastating. From the looks of it, it's actually devastating. To the people who are dragged, basically, by force. It's like, hey, let's buy this fucking tank. Alright? And it's like, no, I'm not contributing to your fucking tank. No. You don't have a choice. We vote. If 50% of people say we buy tank, you have to buy tank. You know, you have to contribute your fair share, which is fucking mental, basically. Because, well, we decided, the rest of the homeowners decided we're buying a tank. It's a legal requirement that you also contribute, so. Now, obviously, this fucking is stupid. You need government backing when it comes to this fucking bullshit. But, bro, like, if Hungary has veto powers, fucking Hungary has veto. One country has fucking a veto. Why can't people at least get negative votes? Right? So they need like 50% approval. What about my negative approval? I think every election needs some of that. We can still improve elections, by the way. We can still improve that like governmental system. So you should think in terms of these lines, right? You are giving negative approval to Trump by supporting the opposition. Is that how it goes? Right? It's another trick. It's the same trick almost. Like there's two factions. You have to choose one. And sometimes there's just one faction that's very strong. And you can either try and fight back against the North Korea dictatorship, or you can try and make your own, or you just give up, right? You either try and fight back or try and construct your own faction, or you just give up. Those are the two choices when presented with, like, no one's on your side, actually. No one's on your side. That's fucking crazy. But hey, I still think I can make a few friends. There's a vocal person in the apartment meeting. She seems to be normal, okay? She seems to, like, be able to talk. That's a big deal. And, you know, I keep my aces in the hole. I don't want to change too many things that are not necessary to be changed. I'm not here to panic, all right? Especially since this blew over, and it might come back. But the most important thing, usually when you get lucky like this, when something blows over, it's education. It's very educational moment for you to take notes, because this could happen again to someone else that you care about, right? I'm just a lonely, isolated person, and nobody wants to get in trouble because they're sort of in a similar boat. Right? Nobody wants to get in trouble. So usually all the bad things just kind of blow over and nothing bad really happens. However, you should learn this, because you might not get lucky next time. Right? People might just look at you differently. People might treat you differently. People might put more pressure, and you're just going to crack because you didn't learn anything the last time. Right? He's just gonna say, fuck it, I can't do this. I gotta give up on this one. Right? So again, like, yeah, it goes from a gray to, such a colorful color. Oh, they found it. They found a way to steal money. Now we're all happy. Right? We're all happy now. To me, this is the beauty, right? Because it works. It functions the way it's supposed to function. It's just a fucking block for you to do whatever you want inside. You have the privacy. No one gets to know how good you live in the first place. It's all privatized. It's all hidden. That's the beauty, bro. If you declare that you're a rich piece of shit, I mean, that might actually be more dangerous. If people are financially frustrated, right? Oh boy. So going back to the initial topic of like sometimes work, you work, and get your 50,000, you feel safe, you're semi-retired right now, just chilling, draining your wallet, you'll find work later. But then this fucking happens, and all of a sudden, oh shit, I have to take this life-suckingly dangerous deal, and here you go. The reality is, if there's a lot of rich people, every rich person should be able to make jobs. All right? Every rich person should be able, that's where the job's supposed to come from. If they feel insecure of making jobs, there's something wrong in the system. Because that's where the money is, Where the money is, that's where the jobs are. Because the job is money rain downs upon you because you were a good boy. That's where the jobs are. Not in a job market or whatever. No. Job market is already established. Usually you have to poke through into a rich person's heart and remind them that they can make a job. That they can do whatever the fuck they want with the money. Right? As long as they just do a slight establishment, slightly gather people that are compatible with what they want. And that's it, man. Simple. You don't just live a fucking boring life for the rest of your life. If you're a rich person, you can do whatever you want. Just don't do Epstein Island. Don't build Epstein Island, dude. Don't run out of ideas. Yeah, this is just what happens when you run out of ideas. I wanted to see this splash. People are fucking conspiring so fucking hard of well, that's Epstein Island, actually. First of all, no. No, it's not. Is it? It has to be no, fuck off. Retards. Fuck off. To look at a random splash and it's man, that's the most meaningful thing I've ever seen. Because Nickelodeon was also associated with PETA. People are going fucking haywire right now on conspiracies. They finally got yanked, basically, into believing things. I mean, god damn, dude. No, you can't trust government anymore, can you? But yeah, that's what rich people want to do. They start doing really fucking bizarre things when they're also not yoinked into just helping other people, right? It's you have a chance to help other people or enslave other people. Which one do you choose? It's the way that you create jobs that matters, right? And it's if your job is to run a criminal empire, well, or the jobs you create is to create this super secret society that does criminal things. I mean, come on, man. You did not help society. You're the scum of the earth. You're the evil rich person. Congratulations. That's the difference between the good rich person and bad rich person. Good rich person is going to make jobs. I don't know, the closest comparison is this. It's interesting to watch because you feel wow, people are making businesses in front of your eyes. They just need some kind of investor to back them up a little bit. To say that, yes, you're a good boy. You still need that fucking rich guy in the equation sometimes. You're a good boy, let me own some of this business that you established, right? These guys are the Mr. Beasts. They do fucking nothing, and they get all the benefits. It is what it is, unfortunately. It's scary to think. that, there's the death faction. The moment you stop recognizing that there's some jobs that don't pay you nothing, is when you stop recognizing the human element to everything, where everything matters, every fucking human connection matters. It would cost money. I would pay for it. It's just it's not a general thing that people do. Like, come visit me, talk to me, I'll pay $10, whatever, right? Like, it's happening on TikTok. I'll pay $100 if you cook me something. That's the viral sensation in there. And guess what? Like, it probably is worth $100. And it's probably literally a good transaction of, like, a person shows their home. You get to meet a new person. You get to make a friend. You gave them $100. Perfect, that's what it's worth. And it's like, that's a job that no one's advertising. Any way you can earn money is a job. Any way you can earn money. But the best way to earn money is to not need to earn money in the fucking first place. My power is in the spending. That's where I use most of my energy. Right? That's my personality. I'm not a courageous person. I'm not gonna go out of my way and find whatever the fuck the world has to offer. I focus on spending instead, right? On self-defense. There's always a faction open to do the opposite just as well. It's just as important as earning money is where are you gonna put the money, right? Because most people just accumulate a bunch of shit. They do fucking nothing. I do the same thing. I accumulate, but it's about controlling how you spend day to day, right? How cheap can you go without sacrificing anything? One thing my apartment leader has to appreciate is when I came back home to my mom, I was in crisis. I had to return home. I kind of returned empty-handed. That was kind of shitty, right? I could have returned with like 2K. Would have been way nicer. But everything worked out in the end, right? Everything seems to have a way to working out. I came back to my home and my mom is like mentally going insane, like completely untamed now. Has so many terrible ideas of how life works. Constantly calls police or just emergencies. Because, like, she's such a fucking jumpy person, but, like, just completely out of control. Like, has no logical fucking grounding. I came back home, I cleaned everything up. That was, out of whack. And it took me a long time, too. Right? There were so many guests coming in that did not deserve any respect, but my mom was still fucking clinging on to that shit. And I even got into deep trouble with it. But it all fucking worked out in the end. Everything worked out. It's almost, I'm a little bit rewarded for getting into a little bit of trouble. Into a little bit of hassle. Into being labeled fucking crazy. And I get money from it. It's like, okay, give me. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve to never forget that whole thing, right? That's what defines me quite a bit. But my mom also just gets free money for being crazy person from the government, and it's like, okay, we can work with that. We don't have to worry about earning anymore. We can only worry about spending. In fact, I'm technically safe from all this bullshit renovation. Even if it hits me, we will be able to walk out of it, right? Either buy ourselves a new place through exchanges and whatnot, either go back to living in a house, or just suck it up and actually pay the damn price. Whatever the best choice is gonna be, we can still, get hit. But I still want to acknowledge the dark side of the whole situation, right? There's people who are stupid or they're poor, basically. And I still wouldn't send them to get a job. I want to protect them. You know? I recognize the issue here, and I want to protect them. The real issue is like nobody fucking cares. Alright? That's the real issue. Nobody gives jobs. Nobody offers anything. That's the real issue. Everyone built their expectation that narcissism runs the world, and everyone must run around and advertise themselves as best as they can to earn a little bit of money, and it's like fucking madness, dude. But I did all this work, and most importantly, my mom was going into debt. My mom now is accumulating the biggest problem you can possibly have, where shit is taken away from you, right? So already, like, I think she lost for the time being, like, hot water. I don't know. She should have. She should have lost it. Lost access to the hot water. But, like, yeah. She accumulated so much debt. She was doing so many stupid, wasteful things, and I fucking stopped it. I fucking stopped it. Looking back, like, I fucking stopped all this nonsense. And nobody knows about it. Right? Nobody fucking cares. They just see the surface thing. Oh, I'm struggling financially about this particular investment. That doesn't mean anything. But it's a cult mentality, you know, activates. And it always feels like itchy when you like miss an opportunity as well. If like, well, we had a chance to buy this. No, bruh. You have no idea. You will always miss opportunities when you spend the money incorrectly. That's when you miss most of the opportunities. Again, people's brains have to rewire themselves to understand the logical fucking just turmoil, the chaos, in order to actually tame it. It does often feel like when I'm logically equipped, I go the opposite way where other people are going. But that's because they're cultists, right? They're going into one specific direction, and all I'm doing is resisting, and it's all of a sudden so different. It makes me so fucking different, so radical. That's ridiculous, right? All I'm doing is just resisting. Just like right now, people are resisting immigration, and that's somehow a radical fucking position. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. It's radical because there's a cult. Sometimes, there's a very strong faction, there's a strong cult mentality or whatever brewing for a very big choice you're about to make. And it's like, yeah, dude, if you... Like, I could even say a lie, basically, of like, well, I'm donating a lot of money to Ukraine. What are you doing? How much money did you donate to Ukraine? Right? Like, you can kind of make a joke like this. I mean, the government is already doing it. I don't think I have to do it. And it's almost donating weapons is way more valuable than donating money. So, like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, guys. But yeah, I've done all these things, and they will not care. They will not consider that the other side of the equation exists, that people need to learn how to spend money as well. Like, they have money. Again, they might be receiving welfare, and they just fucking burn it. Anyways, they don't value what they get for free. They don't even have to go to work. So that's a wonderful thing. We should cherish all the wonderful things. We should try and protect these, right? Welfare is a wonderful thing if you know how to use it, right? If you secure just enough money for the entire social bubble, for the family, right? We're all financially secure as long as we're not making radical fucking moves. We're not forced to bleed money, then we're good, right? It's wonderful. And my mom would have not been able to do it by herself. She would also sign up for it and wouldn't know where to get the money. Like, she would get cornered, basically, so fucking easily. As so many people, I think, are already cornered. They didn't get a voice to resist that. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Most importantly, the funny thing is about renovation. It costs 2 million euros, right? You can buy more apartments. Why not just buy more apartments? Build more apartments. Let us buy more apartments. Let us collectively buy more apartments. But who's gonna get it? Well, we're gonna vote. If we can vote to extract people's money, we gonna vote who's the best person who deserves their own apartment. Alright? If we want higher quality shit, we should, constantly be buying new apartments. That actually is a good investment. By the way, in case of emergency, absolutely. You need to know more information. Our social bubble that we establish, right, has to spread out, has to continue growing. That's how you escape problem, not just by making your apartment look nice. To get on the outside. On the outside. While on the inside, there's roaches running around. Again, there's so many layers of deception going on. Like, again, you put the outer shell on the building, and guess what happens? It means nothing. It doesn't actually describe the situation inside, right? It never does. None of this matters. The only thing that would describe a situation inside, if there's a business that we all fund together, we vote for a business. Okay, it sounds radical to buy apartments to certain people. How about we build a business nearby? How about we earn money and we make jobs collectively, right? And then it pays for itself. We don't have to pay into this, like, council tax, so to speak, right? Like, whatever. Like, the opportunities are endless. But yeah, the weirdest thing is, like, no matter how nice it looks on the outside, it does not describe the situation inside. A shitty looking place can be amazing on the inside. This looking place can be bad on the inside. Right? You don't know if people are suffering there. Like, that's the point. It's best to keep it like this, because then, like, we understand that we don't know. We don't know what's going on, no matter what we put on the outside, because these are not even labels to begin with. It's just some kind of collective effort to make things look nicer, and that's it, because it feels good. It feels reasonable to some people. So this is when work kills. When you are convinced that you can just work things out. You have a job, you can just work things out, and no one else matters. Oh, you had to add that to equation. No one else matters because they're jobless. Fuck these guys, They're just jobless. Well, we'll see. You built your faction. I have to build my faction, my resistance. In fact, actually, Red Faction is a game you might want to see. I think the opening sequence is just basically this guy being bullied while he's working or something. He has his whole hammer thing, but he's gonna fucking destroy buildings with a hammer instead of, like, mine resources or something. The opening scene is just so simple almost. Like, it didn't even spend much time establishing the lore. It's like, no, this guy got bullied by the government. The government found a way to make him work and still trash him during the war, and bro is gonna resist. So, I hope you learned a valuable lesson, because work kills. You want to avoid it most of the time. If it's not necessary, you shouldn't be working. That's the point. See you guys next time. No karoshi around here, okay? No karoshi. We spend nice time if we have excess money, if we're financially safe or whatever it takes to define safety. If we're safe, we can hang out together, you know? We can chill. We don't have to invest into just random crap. And if we exchange enough information, we will find investments. Actually, good investments. We will find them. Collectively, right? There's so much technology being invented left and right. We just have to find that. That's a lot easier to find. That's more tangible. It's not going to slip through your fingers. It's not going to be taken away from you like a job. Job is a fleeting thing. You have to constantly chase it. But in inventions, in good investments, they're there, you know? You just have to pay attention. That's way easier, okay? Just pay attention. What is valuable? What saves money? I mean, heck, I can just ask AI, what are the newest things that save money? And it's going to start listing cool shit, right? It's going to come up with something. AI is full of ideas. So even though AI is trying to steal your job, it's still providing a good search engine for exactly that. How can you save money? It's the best fucking thing. See you guys next time.